what do you believe are the biggest misconceptions that the younger generation faces? And how can we address and dispel those? And more importantly, how do you see the Guru Shishya tradition evolving in today's era?
I think it's a large question. The canvas is pretty large, but I'll make it as short as possible. The two questions. One is what are the misgivings regarding the classical dance forms? I think the classical is seen as something esoteric, something which is not easily understood by the youngsters. And that has not been now, it has been the feeling for a long time. So it's more now because instant gratification is what we want now. It's like, I call them the dip tea and the 2-minute noodle generation, which wants instantly to be gratified, entertained, everything. So I think in that particular scenario, the classical arts seem to be, in a sense, out of place for many of them. But I beg to disagree, because as Shobnadi rightly put it, we have existed and we are stronger now. I speak from Delhi. When I started learning dance in Delhi, there were 3 or 4 gurus teaching. Today there are about 3,000 gurus teaching here. So how can you say that the popularity of the arts is diminishing? It's, I think, never been so good for the arts in terms of possibilities, in terms of avenues. So I think it's all about how we present it, how we put it forward for the young. And I think that has definitely changed, and we need to be more spiffy, we need to be more professional about. Earlier, it was seen as a social activity. I would talk to Lakshmi Vishwanathan, very, a senior dancer, very disturbed that why isn't dance professional? Why is it? Because dance learning begins as a hobby. It's a social activity. And then some pick it up and make it into a profession. So I think that process is something that has always been that way. And unfortunately in India, the line for a dancer, for a professional and for a non-professional is the same. And we don't seem to be making the distinction between somebody who wants to do this for a life, for a living, and somebody who's doing it just for a hobby. So I think those distinctions need to be there. And as far as the Guru Shishya Parampara goes, I think today we are just friends. We are no longer the lofty gurus. In fact, the children call us gurus. We'd like to be called acharyas or friends, and we are fine with that. The nomenclature doesn't really matter. But there's so much about a guru that earlier it was a very formal relationship. But today, I think that we just engage in everything that the child does, right from how social media is handled. We learn from them, and they teach us a lot of things, and we are dialoguing constantly. So to understand the real situation today, it's very important to dialogue and to unlearn for us, because every group of students that come with a gap of say 2 or 3 years come with a new skill basket. And the same pedagogy, as Shobnaji rightly said, can never work. So to say that my teachers taught me this way and hence I'm going to teach the same way, we'll end up in jail maybe, because our teachers were so draconian in their way of teaching, and that really cannot work today. So today we need to go along with them, take them along. Their communication skills are fantastic today. They express themselves so well in words, not through the face, because they are glued to the screens. So obviously their expressions need to be worked much harder on today than it was before. So this skill, as I said, the skill basket is varying all the time. And I just like to add to this whole Guru Shishya Parampara that it is a very unique parampara that is not there anywhere in the world. And it is something that we learned through osmosis. There was never a curriculum, there was never an exam that we did, but we just stayed with the Guru and imbibed. This process of imbibing and osmosis is really the Guru Shishya Parampara. It is not for performance, or you learn a piece to perform, or you just go and copy the Guru. It's never been that. It is a lifestyle that the Guru gives you, a philosophy towards the arts. I would hate my students to copy me, but I would like my ethos and my thought process to be there when they create or when they take this art forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for explaining the Guru-Shishya relationship so beautifully. And you rightly said how the relationship has evolved over the years, wherein we are more like friends rather than that formal relationship is becoming more informal.